all the attention on expenses, you might have missed the reach of a spreadsheet telling us which groups MPs have been whining and dining in Parliament. Going into the data, Guido discovers some interesting details about Tim Yeo, chairman of the Environmental Audit Committee. Coincidentally, I then found myself on Newsnight. Here's what happened.
Well, Staines, I mean, you've been blogging about this today. You've been blogging about these banqueting facilities and so on. You clearly are of the view this isn't over.
Oh no, the banqueting facilities issue is a new can of worms for us. We're now discovering that MPs who have commercial interests are having 150 people to an event where they've got a commercial relationship, maybe with a lobbying firm, maybe as chairman of a company. You know, you had an event last July where you had the Environmental Investors Network, 150 people in the members' dining room. At the same time, you were raising £2 million for a company you were chairman of, AFC Energy. You know, you made £80,000 out of the deal. How many people at that event that you sponsored, the 150 investors there, invested in your company?
Well, I have to say that's an absolutely outrageous allegation. The two events are completely unconnected.
How many
I'm not aware that a single person, that a single person from the Environmental Investors Network put any money to that company. I have certainly not discussed my company with a single person at that party. That's an absolutely outrageous allegation. I think you should withdraw it straight away.
It seems very.
Are you suggesting I, in some way, acted improperly?
Are you saying?
Are you suggesting that?
Are you saying?
No, are you suggesting that?
Are you saying that not
I can
one
tell you,
single person at that event invested in the company that you were raising money for in that time? In the 5 months after you had that event,
I did not discuss
you
this
had £80,000 from that company.
I did not discuss the money that my company was raising with a single person at that event, either before it, at it, or after it. And if you're suggesting that I've acted in any way improperly, I think you should withdraw that right away.
I think it's a question of probity about mixing politics and business in Parliament at subsidised
events. Are completely
events.
Transparent. They are totally disclosed. I've abided by every single requirement of the House. I've leant over backwards to make sure there could be no possible suggestion of any conflict of interest, and it is an outrageous suggestion of you to impose anything else.
Let me bring Tony Wright in on the wider issue, because we're obviously not going to solve this particular thing.
I don't think Tim should be mixing business
I'm not
and
I did this as a
favour
hosting
to
the Environmental Investments Network, and I will certainly say now I will never do so again, because apparently it opens me to some completely unjustified attack.
It's not the first time you've had a conflict of interest with business and politics.
I have never had any conflict of interest, and you know that.
Well, EcoCity,
you know perfectly
EcoCity
well there's
PLC,
never been any conflict of interest in my business.
Okay, I think we're going to get into details that are beyond my ability to comprehend.
You've been in trouble for this kind of thing before.
I've never been in trouble for it.
But that
is absolutely untrue.
You backed legislation that favoured the interests of another company you're involved with.
You cannot possibly support that statement. All my business interests are properly disclosed. They have never affected my political judgment in any way. Okay. You cannot point to a single instance
I'm pointing at EcoCity.
Gentlemen, we're going to have to leave it there. I'm sorry. Thank you. Now, the reason we know a great deal more...
Now we go over live for an uncomfortable rash of Tory policy changes. Emily Noemings and Tory Bear, take it away.
Yes, Sky News is asking the question on everyone's lips. Will it be swinging cuts or cutting swingers? And we're going over now live to David Cameron, who I'm told has just arrived, and he's talking about the deficit.
It is like your credit card. The longer you leave it, the worse it gets. We all know that from our own lives, and it's the same for the government.
That was bad cop Cameron, but he quickly moved to the middle ground.
Well, we're not talking about swinging cuts. We're talking about making a start. And I just put the point like this: if we don't, you've got to make a start. Is the fact we need to make a start is absolutely clear.
The announcements are coming thick and fast.
Good morning. Top story today, Tory Shadow Home Secretary Chris Grayling says violent crime has soared.
And I'm just receiving in my ear now details of those crime statistics have been withdrawn.
Exciting news this hour for the Conservative Party. Lord Stone has been brought in and as advisor.
Lord Stone has issued a clarification claiming that he will not be advising any political party on green banking.
Within CGHQ that marriage will be recognised, and anyone that says it's not is frankly a
I'm sorry to reveal
wrong.
that's just not accurate. My sources are telling me that the Tories have rolled back from that position now. They're now no longer sure what their policy is on marriage.
This is a classic bit of left-wing spin from the media here. The major problem is for the Conservatives at the moment is they're dealing with an incredibly left-wing biased media who every single tiny slip up, they just jump on it.
Well, I think we had some clarity on policy from the Conservatives on this issue.
There you go again. There you go again, Emily. You just
well,
can't...
this is a line often spun by the Tory machine when it's not getting its way. The fact is, Guy News has been committed to fair and balanced reporting since its inception, and anyone who says otherwise can get in touch with our complaints department. Details below.
And finally, over to Tory Bear for a lie action replay of an important moment at PMQs.
Now that it's clear there was a £50,000 fund solely for the Prime Minister's use at his headquarters, will he explain why he did not declare this in the Register of Members' Info?
I know nothing about what he's talking about.
Oh, he did not like that.
I know nothing about what he's talking about.
Look at that face. Did the PM really miss the front page of the Sunday papers? Sounds like a lie to me.